This is a lot of
This
team fight.
it looks like a horrendous necro game. Is all I know.
I mean, this is kind of what's going to happen if you think
I
about picking
speak
it in the
for the
first phase.
trees.
So it's a carry profit then, or what?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, again, I just still don't feel too confident with the Furion in another role. I mean, Nature's Prophet and Tusk is a very, very strong offlane setup if they do run that.
5 seconds remaining.
And they have very, very bad ways. Like, taking a look at the supports on Motivate, they don't deal with summons well at all.
Yeah. If it's offlane necro, I would love to see an Arc Warden, but there's always a chance there could be a profit and Arc Warden is terrible. So it's probably not going to be that. But again, I think Medusa could be really good here.
Team ban.
Storm Spirit.
Storm, alright, alright.
Do you like the Storm getting picked up, though? Because I feel like Neon are just going to ball up and take towers. I don't know. Like, Storm...
Yeah, I'm not. Storm hates team fights like this early on. Yeah, that's why I wanted to see a Dusa, because you can
10
actually just
seconds
stand there and they
remaining.
can't really kill you.
5
Go very well with
seconds
Phoenix as
remaining.
well. And lane's good against Prophet as well as Necro. Why is everyone a Dusa hater?
Good question.
Hero's good.
Does it take a bit too many items, though, to come online versus what Neon are looking for? Or do you feel like he could...
Do you though? Because I feel like you just need like level 11, one level Stone Gaze, so you are ready to fight.
Team ban.
Because you'll have Dragonlance at the same time.
Is it annoying for the Necro then to deal with the Medusa because of the mana shield? So it's hard to.
Oh, it's really bad.
Yeah.
It's really bad. And every time you snake the Necro, you actually get full mana back.
The effective health from that? That's kind of bonkers.
It is.
5
What do you do against it? Just so at least we don't have to see that Medusa level 15 timing. That was a fun meta to watch. They push it back a little bit. Still, when you're able to get there, it's not too fun to play into.
Radiant team pick.
What are we looking for though?
Yeah.
Motivate, it's their Jackie hero. Quite often the late game carry. You know, they banned out the Wraith King, banned out the Faceless Void as well. Looking for a pairing with the AA in that lane.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
Some stuns would be nice. But carries that stun are pretty rare. I was gonna suggest CK. I think CK is pretty decent, to be honest.
Yeah, they don't deal with the illusions too well. Bit worried. I guess he comes online a little bit faster than some of the other carries, which is nice here in this game. Because I'm very...
also lanes a lot better than most other carries, because you have to deal with either Prophet or Necro in your lane now, and it needs to be able to lane against both. Maybe a Weaver or Ricky or something.
I'm trying
But
to...
then you're kind of all in as well, and I don't really think that's Trust style anyway. I still think Dusa's very good. So maybe
it is definitely a Jackie hero. Motivate love picking up the Jackie Dusa. So when they have an opportunity where it feels pretty solid, they've got a lot of team fight to put behind him. You got the Mars and the Storm that can make plays. So my only query is that bit of a weak lane though, a Dusa.
I just have to play it more carefully. You have to make sure you don't get like shard blocked. But if you keep playing the range game and harass them, and it's a pretty decent lane.
Dire team pick.
They do. Okay.
Alright, so what are we looking for Neon then? I mean, both carry Prophet and Necro are just going
Select your heroes.
What do we got?
tiny against a Phoenix though. Neon is so stubborn, it's actually insane.
It's just like, yeah, these heroes are good. I don't care if we verse counters. We're just gonna pick them up. Why not?
Who's tiny even gonna kill this game? AA?
Yeah, I mean, how's the matchup versus the Storm in the lane?
pretty decent. I mean, Tiny Middle farms against most heroes. It's just I don't think he has enough damage to kill the Storm or anyone really other than the AA.
10 seconds remaining.
I guess in conjunction with a Prophet ult maybe? Or Necro Reaper?
5 seconds remaining.
But just Dusa is gonna be king. Like if you give her space for 2-3 items, this game is donezo.
Do you feel like they have the capability to make that space though? Because taking a look at Neon's lineup, it's another really fast-paced draft that they've gone for here. So can Motivate kind of offset that with their heroes?
I think it will mostly come down to what the Storm can get done in the game. Cause Storm is a weird hero where if you roam around you get a lot of kills, you become very strong, but if you die a couple of times, you're just becoming pretty useless because you don't want to be the guy farming up. And there's two different ways of playing him, right? Like either you're the guy that's actively roaming around or you're the guy that's just farming and scaling yourself. Since you picked up the Dusa, you're gonna be the active one. So every death is gonna hurt a ton. So he has to be very careful how he plays this early game.
I guess a nice thing to mention is that, yeah, it is definitely one of Fearless's best heroes. Whenever you see him on a Storm Spirit, it's incredibly nice. And teams have been putting a lot of priority on Fearless's hero pool. Like in that first phase, we saw the Conquer ban in this game and the last game as well. He's pretty much the only person that we're seeing Conquer ban, let alone in the first phase. So, you know, getting him back on a little bit of his comfort hero in the Storm. Let's see if that's going to be enough for them in this second game. Because again, so they very fast-paced lineup here for the side of Neon. But you know, you call it the Medusa. Are you all on board with the Medusa's draft, or do we feel like again Neon have got this advantage here?
I think Dusa is very good in this game, but I'm just not convinced by how Trust has been playing lately, especially after last game. Like they're just kind of waiting for things to happen the entire time. They're never really proactive, and they're not prepared for things to happen. Like they see something happen, and then they're like, "Oh, now we gotta go." But most of the time, it's too late already. Especially when you play these like late game drafts, you gotta be ready every time. You gotta defend your towers. You gotta defend your kind of squadron of the map.
Yeah, you got to be very on point with how your squad's
30
able to play the map.
seconds to battle.
Like you said, I mean, it's a hero that really needs to play around also the triangle. Like you need these stacks, and I'm intrigued if you're motivated going to be able to provide that for him this game. I mean, Phoenix, any range support, Phoenix as well can also kind of stack up with the Fire Spirits. So, you know, how much they can enable Mastros in the lane to then get Q to kind of fall back and play around with these stacks here, because I think that's really how Jackie can come online at an earlier timing than what they need.
Certainly. But the lane shouldn't be too hard. As I said, Dusa lanes pretty well into Necro. Because you're gonna hit the snake pretty much every time and you just get all the mana back. But we'll have to see. Like if you get a good shard block, potentially you could harass the Dusa a lot. But Phoenix Dusa is a good lane. Double range, just play the range game, keep harassing.
Warriors of the wood.
See overall how the lanes are able to fare here. Again, I mean, it definitely feels like Neon, you know, if they can come ahead in the lanes, then they can definitely snowball. We see what they've done with the fast-paced lineup, but you know, Radiant, they're on kind of this, you know, hefty team fight lineup, you know, all on the, you know, level 6s potentially as well. Before they get that, you know, the damage might be lacking a little bit, so this could be a window for Neon when they can kind of, you know, run down some heroes, run down some objectives. But is there a lane that we should keep our eyes on potentially here, and any kills that we feel like are going to be picked up more than the other lanes?
I think the most important lane for Trust is going to be the mid lane. So I'm probably going to spend most of my time looking there. But we're just talking about pure kill threat. Probably top. As I say that though, Necro is getting really low.
Yeah, you see early. I mean, it's a little bit different here with the priority they're setting on Neon, but you know, they've shown that CTM has been the one to play the Necrophos previously in their past games. So now Enryu showing the prowess on the Necrophos, but again, I mean, it's into a lot of bad matchups. Phoenix AA never feels too nice.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's... I'm a little afraid for the Necro, especially now that he's in offlane priority. Like, getting any sort of game might be, almost impossible.
Yeah, I wonder like how they're able to play around it too then. Like it definitely feels like, does the playstyle switch up much from what we saw last game on CTM to what you expect Enryu to play, even though he's into a couple counters?
It's gonna be hard because like, usually the only way to counteract hard counters is through items. And when you're in this offlane priority, you're probably not gonna get those items. Like he'll probably have to go for the standard like aura items. But they're also heavily mitigated by AA.
Yeah, that's why we're seeing just so much Ancient Apparition right now as on mid lane. Relatively solid for Fearless at the moment, in 14-2 compared to the 11-2 from Yopaj. Is there, I guess taking a look at Neon, they definitely have the supports that can make this lane a little bit easier from Yopaj, because a Lion along with the Tusk, a lot more prowess on being able to set up for these rotations instead of like an AA or a Phoenix.
Too bad.
Like AA is... And how do we even talk about this hero? I just feel like his concept is so incredibly broken in Dota because it makes so many items useless,
So
like,
many items, so many
Satanic,
heroes.
Yeah, like Satanic does nothing, all these heroes do nothing, Magic Wand does nothing, any heal does nothing. And like when you take a core concept of Dota, like HP, and you just modify it like that, it's always going to be an incredibly strong hero. He has been that hero for, I don't even know how many years now. Like, Ice Blast is way too good.
Yeah.
It's not just the Ice Blast, even his W. The bonus increase in magic damage is insane.
Yeah.
And it slows you too.
Yeah, and they even nerfed that recently as well. But it's just, we're seeing right now, like, Dota is all reliant on this burst. Like, a lot of teams are going for, like, Lion, Nyx, AA, Mirana, Chainlock into burst. That's what kind of the lineups are being heavily prioritizing, and it's just showing. And also you got to keep in mind as well, like this Ancient Apparition, like you said, the Satanic, that there's no real other ways to counter this item except the Ice Blast. It's just one of the best ways to nullify that late game. It's probably the best late game item for carry. And then with the fact that the Necro books got taken out of meta, so got taken out of the game, I should say. So Lycan's not as powerful, Beastmaster's not as powerful, and all these heroes deal with the AA. Like, this is someone who really hates when it gets ran at by summons.
Yeah, and there's a lot of shadow buffs for sure for that hero.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, the only quote-unquote weak part of him is the lane, but honestly, even his lane isn't like super weak. He's still decent. Puts out a lot of Harris damage.
Yeah, it definitely feels like if you can put like a strong one in front of him, then the lane can be somewhat mitigated from how weak he can be. I mean, we've seen sometimes he can definitely get pressured, but then sometimes you can actually have a decent time in that lane.
Yeah.
Dire are scanning.
But the lane so far going pretty well. 1k ahead already. Especially the Mars is not getting anything.
Yeah, he's really struggling here from Masteros at the moment. I mean, you do take a look though, like they have put a hefty amount of priority on making stacks in the jungle. That's a quad already, I think. Quad at the Ancients. Maybe a 5 stack at the hard now after this. So they are just so much emphasis on trying to make sure they're able to secure the stack game. And well, now this is the big objective here for Motivate. If they can't defend the stacks, then you are going to give up a lot of gold and a lot of experience.
Yeah, and can you is the question, because you're currently losing all lanes. Storm is rotating in to potentially farm that stack now, but Tiny's also in the neighborhood.
Shanuel, zip on forward. Both position 2s are just recognizing they're going to dodge each other, but the Earth Spike, Phyllis has used all his mana. He'll zip up to the northeastern side, but Shanks is still hunting, but the shard's on the mark, and Fearless will be a slow, painful death here for your Storm. He might get a courier before he dies, but Unfortunately for him, he gives up a double to Yopaj, and now these stacks are getting taken away. CTM's going to try and do it slowly. Even Jackie on the Medusa is going to TP in, so they recognize the importance of keeping these stacks up.
He's only level 5 on Medusa and being in there. Very interesting.
I'm like a bit worried the age has almost died to the creeps, and Neon again. Yeah, just so much importance. Setsuri, I mean, he tanked up all this damage, and now just with the tree toss and the tag team last right click, that's enough. And I mean, Neon, they're bringing the numbers. Fearless after the respawn, you got to be careful. This is a hero that can snowball out of control or just feel like he doesn't have a game if he dies a couple times. So Storm, you know, against the stuns that Neon have early, definitely have to be cautious. Drop the arena. Perfect choke point use of the ultimate from MG.Trust, but the snowball, the use of the timing, gives Yopaj an opportunity to try and get away to safety. But Fearless has still got enough mana in the tank to hunt him down. Meanwhile, down bot, Scythe is used. Enryu with the help of CTM picking up a kill there onto Q. That should enable them to be able to take this tier 1 tower.
Look at the Necro net worth suddenly. Even though he was struggling in lane, Dusa just TP'd away so early. And he's having the freest time of his life now. I really don't know if... I mean, I guess if you get the entire stack, but you're going to be sitting here for a good 2-3 minutes.
Bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah, it's
I've been wanting this.
it's actually
He's tickling those creeps.
What's... It's gonna take him so long to bring it down. It's like, are you wasting your time?
Dude, imagine he brings all the creeps low, Tiny walks in, throws a tree.
No. Disastrous. Don't say it. You might jinx it. They might actually do it.
Radiant's bottom
Anyway, just
tower
look here.
is under attack.
Level 6, 3.4k net worth.
Jeez. I mean, it's slow.
I'm gonna write it down. Level 6, 3.4k. I wrote it down.
I'm really...
What do you mean no one hears you?
I thought they were gonna come over and contest it.
Yeah, I did too.
It's like, oh, well...
Yeah, it's been here for over a minute already.
Yeah. My...
Keep hitting them. Keep stacking them.
Jesus. So much farm. Oh, bounty even there to take? A little bit of influx.
I actually can't believe they start this big stack and just do nothing about it.
Like, who got a majority of the hard as well? It was kind of split between both, right?
Yeah. Very evenly split.
I
But
mean,
this Dusa could be the poorest here on the map right now if they just contested a stack.
I'm just watching Dusa right click an ancient stack for how long's it been now?
Almost 2 minutes. Or longer than 2 minutes even already.
Oh God, he's getting no help. Like no one's just
Radiant's
when they're
middle
near the
tower
area
is
just in
under
case.
attack.
Masteros.
No one gives a damn.
Nice use of the arena. They're just on the outskirts right now. Mass TPs from Motivate. They want to see if they can get more pickoffs than just the Tusk, and unfortunately with the emphasis on the teleport scrolls, they will not be able to.
Radiant's middle tower
It
is
was a
under
lot of
attack.
TBs committed here.
Hey, Ancient secured, baby. Top of the net worth on Jackie.
Hell yeah!
Let's go.
Only took us about an hour to get there.
Oh God, you take a look at all the other heroes as well on Dire. Well, Yopaj just got haste. He's just a quick in and out, snatch and grab of a support. He actually doesn't even bring down set 0. But they've got to commit the supernova just in case there's any more follow-up to, you know, force Yopaj away from the Ancient Apparition's life. And you know, he's seeing what else he can grab here. He's hunting.
Can't believe he
Dire's
acted there.
middle tower is under
Like, you should have
attack.
seen that he was hasted on a Tiny.
You just take a look though at the recognition. Neon are just so aware. Like, we have to make sure we body up this triangle. Tier 1 towers need to be claimed early on, otherwise it's going to be very difficult to infiltrate that area. And this is the only part of the map that Motivate want to look to control to enable Jackie. But Enryu, he could be in trouble here. Ice Blast paired up with the Sun Ray. They're going to have to require 4 heroes to bring down the Necrophos through the hood. But they're able to do so.
I'm surprised he didn't stick during his
Radiant's middle
Shroud.
tower is under attack.
20 stick could have potentially made a difference. CTM is dipping bottom, trying to be more efficient. But the Dusa clock is ticking. He's actually being... Like, he's pretty farmed now suddenly. Because he was uncontested for so long. And what does he need? Probably Manta plus 1 item. If he chooses to go Manta. Which he probably has to.
Radiant's top tower
Why
is
do you feel
under
like he has to go
attack.
Manta instead of like a Sanjin Yasha to try and tank up a little bit?
Mainly because he's going Manta on, Orchid on
Okay.
the Prophet. And not being able to Stone Gaze whenever you want to is a big problem on Dusa. They're smoking up straight away into the triangle. They do have
CTM?
the Link Dagger.
He's gonna get brought down. Nature's Prophet, that's a pretty costly kill to find. I mean, he did purchase the Orchid. I mean, Jackie should be aware that if no one was around the area of the Furon, then they're trying to make a movement towards you. It's only kind
But
of
they actually killed Storm on the way.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they caught him on the top rune.
Is that just the blink reveal from Yopaj? Or, yeah, wasn't able to see it.
Yeah, blink reveal from Yopaj. They smoked up. They
Radiant's
tried to
middle
go for the
tower is
Dusa, but
under
then Storm
attack.
just presented himself.
Just gonna try and posture up on the front line here, Jackie. See if this Medusa's able to be the deterrent from Neon to take this tower. I mean, they know Arena's on cooldown. They do have Supernova though, so they've got to be careful how heavily they commit to kill Jackie, because Radiant have a great way to stop Neon from being able to reset after a heavy commit into the fight.
Yeah, it's a little scary to commit everything on a Dusa. It's level 1 mana shield only though, so
Radiant's
should still
top
have the
tower
damage to
is
kill
under
him.
attack.
no finger though.
Got to take a look as well. Like Phyllis's net worth is very, very low, and same with the Mars too. So
Radiant are scared.
they've, I mean, it's a game where
Radiant's
Motivated
top
just like,
tower
okay,
is
we
under
have to get
attack.
Jackie as farmed as possible. But you were saying that it was kind of on Fearless this game to, make the plays and enable the Jackie Medusa to get that space. So you're a little bit worried that the net worth that Fearless is showing currently?
Yeah, his game is definitely not going very well. He's very far away from the Orchid. He's rushing it, so it's gonna be a tough game because Prophet already finished his Orchid. Whenever he gets Orchid, he's just gonna be in trouble.
And he's already playing into a Lion as well. That's never a great matchup to verse. Even though Genuel is very far away from the blink. I mean, instant hex, yeah, not fun.
He instantly used that DD. Can't help to think, but that being a misclick. I'm smoking up straight away, so see what I can get done, I guess. But it's a very forced smoke.
They smoked themselves as well. Looking for a long wraparound here.
Dire
Motivate seem to be aware. Posturing this time kind of towards the western side of the tower, whereas previously they've been more towards the bottom side through that tree line. Just waiting to see who gets revealed. They're going to zip in on Fearless. Ice Blast, Supernova, even committed a lot of hate for the Necrophos.
Wow.
But, I mean, don't you just reset now? Yes, the Necro dies, but after the respawn, if Motivate don't get this tower, then it doesn't feel like it's worth it. Toss back into the combo. Instant Stone Gaze. This might be the deterrent here from Neon, as Fearless has still got a little bit mana left in the tank. The Vortex sets up for the Spears. CTM, pinpoint connection on top of the tree. Motivate, they get a second.
That was
Dire's middle
misexecuted
tower
for
is
sure. I
under
think they
attack.
tried to do the Toss Orchid combo, right? But it didn't work out. He got Stone Gaze out. That wasn't part of the plan.
Not at all. Not part of the plan for Z0 to get caught out, but Januel used his finger for that. I still feel like they just go down mid though. You've got the catapult still on Dire. You know, that was a lot of ultimates committed, and
Dire's structures
yeah, I
are
cannot see how
fortified.
Radiant think about defending this one. So
Radiant's
finally
middle
they'll be able to
tower is
take
under
it.
attack.
Probably a little bit later than what they were hoping though.
Radiant structures
Yeah,
are
definitely.
fortified.
I'm sure he died on the Prophet, but
Radiant's middle
the
tower
Storm
is
and
under
Mars are
attack.
still very far behind. Only
Tower
Dusa's
has
doing well.
fallen.
Which, to be fair, might be enough this game because they don't really have good answers to her.
Middle tower is under attack.
Are there any items that Neon could potentially go to offset the Medusa issue?
Dire's top tower.
Hmm.
Middle tower is under attack.
Storm catch, yeah. Storm caught the Lion. Lion gone. Itemization. And the only way to really kill Dusa late game is if they transition it to heavy right clickers on the Prophet as well as Tiny.
It's a great ward on the backline, MG.Trust. shots.
Oh,
Very big whiff, but it still cuts them apart. As Shanks now doesn't have the snowball to protect Yopaj. In fact, he's just snowballing in. I mean, he had no other target. They'll commit the Stone Gaze, maybe just in case his extra hero is probably unnecessary, but regardless, that's still another big kill. And I mean, Motivated doing a very good job to offset how Neon were looking to play this early game, and now the net worth lead is relatively even.
yeah. And Dusa actually went for the Sanj Yasha. This might really backfire. Like, if they do a toss into Orchid combo, they can actually burst him. Very interesting that he chose to go for this. Like, he revealed his Orchid a long time ago, right, on the Prophet?
Yeah. Yeah, he's had it for a while.
Very interesting.
Is under attack.
He's actually going for the Axe build.
Ooh.
Medusa, huh?
Okay.
Finds the apple, though. The apple is very strong on Dusa.
Who have they found? CTM? It's a bit too deep here for Motivate to commit on. But playing around a higher ground is a powerful position. All this AoE control they've got, a team fight capability as well. It's going to get to a stage again where, like, I mean, Neon have to be so careful taking mass team fights. And it's a bit early, so they can punish with their mobility, but once Radiant get items, then it's so scary to fight into this. I mean, you got Arena, Supernova, Stone Gaze, Ice Blast. I mean, you can even go Aghanims if Fearless really gets to a stage where he has this item to just further enable the AoE control. So it can definitely get scary as this game goes on.
Yeah, their insurmountable team fight is going to be a big problem for Dire. And again, I feel like the lineup of the Dire is just too complicated. Like, Radiant is pretty simple. That's why I favor them in the draft as well. Like, hitting Arena and Supernova is not super difficult. And Stone Gaze on top of that. But if you're Dire, you have to do like the toss back, fancy, and you gotta like cut in between with the Lion, Hex, like whoever tries to help.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's hard, man.
Yeah, you just see the like ease of execution from either team, and it's kind of what Neon like to do. They like these fancy lineups that draw off very wonky, looks very cute if they're able to take it. I mean, they've got the net worth lead, so the issue is that I think at this stage in the game, you've got to have a higher lead, because exactly like you're saying, like Motivator going to be able to just take fights a lot easier than what Neon can, and it's getting to a stage where you've got to be slightly worried. I mean, they are still going to be able to hit some power spikes as smoke on smoke, MG.Trust, nice reset the blink. Now they need the follow-up. Beautiful shots, even better. They've got the Arena, toss away, Ice Blast, still gets a connection on Shanks. The Supernova is only going to prevent Neon from pushing on forward, but maybe that's enough to allow MG.Trust to get back to safety as CTM blink away. MG.Trust again! The timing of the blink, this man's fingers! Those reactions are on point. They buy back on the Tusk, and they also BKB on CTM, so that is a costly fight for Neon.
Actually getting out with everybody. Very interesting. I thought for sure the Mars was gonna die. I think he had like 50 health after the stick finger. And yeah, Medusa timing. Slowly getting there. 80 gold, or rather 800 gold away from that Axe Scepter. And then she is one of the strongest team fighters in the game again. Sure, you don't have those talents anymore, but they're gonna be there soonish.
Look out for fallen rocks.
Honestly, it might even be considered a mini buff, depending on how survivable you are in a fight. Because you get the snake cooler much earlier now.
Yeah, I mean, what is it down to now? 8.5 seconds? So if you prioritize over it, we'll see how the timing's going to come into play here for Jack. He's even Pupil's Gift going to take him up a little bit. It's not a bad item here for the Dusa. I love that.
Yeah, it's probably the best tank Dusa item in the game. Well, from tier 2 anyway. Getting that juicy int and a juicy strength.
Double the power.
Yeah. Imagine having health from mana.
Crazy concept. We were speaking about the Ice Blast concept. Mana helping out too? That's
that is just unfair.
Well, what's the... I might not get a chance, Radiant. They're looking to mount some form of a defense down at the tier 2.
Well, Dusas is standing there. It's like, jump at me. Which, honestly, I think they could. If they toss him back into an arcade and reap and everything, I think he dies.
CT. Toss doesn't destroy trees anymore, does it?
Apparently not.
Yeah, I was like, is it trying to toss him to break the trees? No, not anymore. It's so weird how that patch, whatever you want to call it, nerf, I don't know, where they stop some of the abilities from destroying trees, and some do, some don't now. There's some wonky ones as well that don't.
Like what?
I know Firefly does very little amount now to the trees.
And Jakiro Old also doesn't do it anymore.
Yeah, like it's what? Like I feel like they're just meant to do it.
A massive fire dragon old, but trees live. But then when a small ball flies in, then it's break.
Cute.
Oh, cute.
Oh, I mean, he's pretty beefy with this VIP booster earning 1, but when you dive into Genuel and you haven't been able to find a kill for a while, so why not drop Scythe? But they are getting outmaneuvered on the map right now for Neon, which is kind of surprising. And with the heroes they have, but that's a tier 1 tower getting claimed in the middle lane here, so that's just going to free open the map even more. And wow! Another quick use of the blink from Masteros. Very impressed with his performance so far in this second game.
Yeah, he took some energy bars, energy drink for sure. Quick on the fingers. So what are we looking at? So Halberd is picked up against the Dusa. That's good. What else do we have? He's transitioning into a carry on Tiny. That's good. Prophet went back for Witchblade after BKB and Orchid. That's weird.
Not a fan of this third item, Witchblade?
I mean, it's a good item with great stats, but that's weird. So let's talk about stuff that's not weird instead. Like the BKB Storm that's coming up soon.
That's gonna be big this game. All the magical damage. Jump in. I was singing the praises on Mastros. I mean, they still got plenty of damage with the Ice Blast. And just Necro can't stand his ground versus this. When you pick it first pick, you're gonna get counted, and it's showing in these fights. Like Sunray, Ice Blast, the hell do you do?
5 hit. First pick Necro get countered.
I was
smart.
I mean, it's soon going to be a position 5. They bait all these deny picks and then they just lower the priority, and it's like, counter me for what, bro?
Yeah, a hero that depends on frontlining, not having items. That doesn't sound too good.
Oh, you don't like my position 5 necro theory?
I mean, no. I thought about it pretty hard, but
yeah, just a 10-second thought. Yeah, that was enough to do. Yeah, all right, I understand. I'm a bit worried though.
I know you can't understand like the wavelength my thoughts are being processed on.
It's on another frequency, is it?
Yeah.
It's some bonkers level where just a genius, like the genius.
Not genius.
Higher level than genius.
Dude, I'm a crazy guy, dude. I'm a crazy guy.
Is Black God?
I could be, you would never know.
I mean, damn, you could be the be Jesus, man. That's kind of crazy.
Probably not, but there's a chance it could be. There's always a chance, right?
A chance. I mean,
there's a chance I walk out of the hotel after my quarantine and the toilet hits me on the head from an airplane.
What?
Yeah, the toilet breaks out of an airplane, just falls on my head. I'm like, okay.
That's
nice.
That's a painful way to go. That's quite the.
What do you mean go? I'm just gonna like.
You're dead. What do you mean? You are dead. Your head is. No chance your head. Wait, what exercise are you doing in the gym to strengthen your head to survive?
Bro,
a toilet falling out of a
skull crushers, man.
The skull crushers go crazy.
But I don't do it like other people. I actually crush my skull.
Oh, so crazy. I mean, Wait, CTM just got a Deso. I swear he just finished
With
Witsblade.
me.
This man's farmed as. I don't know if it's gonna matter though.
He is. But you are against
Dire's middle tower
Snake
is under
Lady.
attack.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. I mean, Snake Lady, level 20. So now you got this big timing. Aghanim's Shard, Talents, Aghanim's Blessing as well. Jump in, sets up. Oh, great snowball. Prevents the Ice Blast. This could be a decent fight now without the combination to bring down the Necrophos, but an even better Supernova on the high ground forces Neon to Delta split as Fearless can target through Januel, and meanwhile in the river, they're able to target down with the rest of their 4 Curas on top of the Necro, so they don't get the Lion, but a position 3 is well worth it.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to be that guy, you know, but it kind of
His
started
bottom
coming
tower is under
after the
attack.
Dusa pick. It didn't really
Dire's
address
middle
her at
tower
all.
is under attack.
She's gonna have a Skadi soon.
It's...
Or they're setting up on the Storm potentially. No, playing it safe. How much effective HP is he gonna have on this guy? He's gonna have like 3k health and like 2.5k mana. That is like 10k health or something.
Yeah, I don't know how you bring down Dusa.
The seeds of
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, you just got
Doesn't
so
even
much...
have a good neutral item yet. Just wait until she finds like what's good for her here. Not those.
Yeah,
Not
they're
those.
really not good at all. Are Dire gonna... I mean, they can take Roche very fast, actually. Tag team Deso. Radiant. They
Yeah, I
have
don't think they're
egg.
aware at all. Or a Quiver Dusa, let's go.
Yeah, it's not bad. They should be able to get this, although Scan connects Radiant.
Scanning.
Can they get in
They're
the area
scanned, they're
fast
scanned, they're
enough?
scanned.
It does not look like they're able
gone.
to. Roche will fall before they're able to formulate an offense here on Motivate. And they're still swinging over, maybe seeing who they can catch out on the retreat. But that...
And well, it's fine.
Is that what they need from Neon? Like, we've really not seen them have any foothold in kind of the past, honestly, 15 minutes. Can this Aegis offset this second game now?
I honestly don't know how bad the spot they're in is. A bot lane or a mid lane, easy kill on the line, courtesy to the Orchid. Like, Prophet is very farmed and he deals a lot of damage. Just the question is, oh, he actually got stoned on the
Oh,
tiny.
yo,
Oh, rotating up.
Shanks is the sacrificial lamb here. Beautiful. Oof, that Ice Blast would have connected. Yopaj is stuck in the tree line.
Dire's top
They're
tower
all coming
is
over
under
on
attack.
Radiant. Let's see if they just blink in. Do they even have a
Oh,
scan?
they know.
No, the vortex. It doesn't seem. Oh, he runs into Jackie. Blink. No, he doesn't get enough. All right, well,
That
there
egg
goes
is
your
gone.
Aegis.
And he's got the remnant on top and he can't blink.
He's TP. I mean, he's got teams coming
Radiant's
over.
bottom tower is under
Nice
attack.
BKB timing from Yopaj. Can he get the Choreo for the teleport away? They're actually going to bring the forces here. They're going to try and take the fight directly into Motivate, but a great arena in the tree line. Fearless will still fall, but Jackie, the king of the hill, locking inside the gladiators as Enryu can't get dragged into the snowball, and Shanks speared to death as Z0.
Radiant's middle
Beautiful
tower
Ice
is
Blast
under
involvement
attack.
for himself
Dire's
as
top
well,
tower
as I
is
mean,
fallen.
I kind of got baited there. Yopaj, he needed the friendly allies to help him out there, but unfortunately, you know, he keeps his life, but the rest of Neon lose 3.
Yeah, and another big win for the Dusa lineup. It's just so hard to fight, man. Stonegaze is activated, the arena around. What do your supports do? Like, what does anybody do? The team is so overwhelming. What is he going for next on the Dusa? Just a good old butterfly, alright. I'm digging it. Because there's no evasion pierce on the Prophet other than the Witchblade.
I mean, it feels so rough when you take a look at this game and you're like, Neon, the way they win is ending early, and now we're 30 minutes in, Motivate have the net worth lead. Even though it's even net worth, it feels like it's probably theoretically like 5k more, or it's just the fact that they didn't lose the game 20 minutes in or weren't down a ridiculous amount of gold. I just struggle to see how Neon are able to come back in this one, as it's another pick off. Fearless with the help of, you know, Q and Set0. They bring down Januar. I'm just, when you go for this really heavy priority on winning the game early, you miss that timing. The game's over.
Yeah, I mean, I can't... Like, they're just so stubborn with their draft, Neon is. even game 1, I feel like shouldn't have gone the way it did. Or Prophet.
Dire's
Okay,
middle
forced
tower is
the
under
BKB
attack.
on the Storm, nice. But mid tower is gone as well. The map is shrinking
Dire's middle tower
and
has
shrinking
fallen.
and shrinking. And there's a DD on Dusa.
Mastrios. Clean kill to pick up with the help of the Ice Blast. CTM. I mean, he's very, very
one
farmed.
shard.
He's just so farmed.
He is. But he doesn't hold a candle against Dusa. And no chance. Nothing. He can't fight her.
Yeah. I mean, what are we waiting for? Just probably next Roche of the game here from Radiant to take, and then they steamroll up high ground? Do we even have to wait for that?
They probably want to play it safe, so next Roche sounds very likely. When is that going to be up? And still quite a while.
Yeah, it's still not sure. Potential 3-minute 50 till the earliest one. Could be even longer till then, so we could continue to stall out this second game here.
Yeah, Dusa now is Hurricane Pike also against Sprout.
Sisters 3 once more.
Just going into the damage after.
Alright, well, I mean, a nice thing from Neon is that they've had Blink. Januel's had it for a decent amount of time. Maybe they can burst through like a Storm trying to push out the map. You know, well, speaking about Storm, belongs zip in. He doesn't have too much mana now. Can they bring him down though? Fresh pick up on the Aeon Disc. Phyllis now turns with the BKB, and well, all of a sudden you're instantly running back to safety as you see the rest of Motivate looking to group up for a potential team fight. Yopaj is
They found him.
crazy.
Well, if he activated Stone Gaze preemptively, that Tiny would have been dead.
It's feels like they're delaying the inevitable here, honestly, from Neon. They're just like, okay, let's have CTM farm the opposite side of the map, and let's wait till Radiant get beefy enough to walk up higher gun, then how do we fight into that? Like, Mastros is misses the spear on Enryu, which is gonna make it a bit difficult. Enryu's also got the Aeon Disc to assemble, but even better with the snowball timing. They're gonna be careful though with the Supernova if they're still caught in the vicinity. No one's gonna get stunned up at the moment. Januel with the counter initiation. Their own Aeon Disc on mass shots, but the scythe afterwards is in the threshold. Meanwhile, Fearless got solo killed off the map as well from CTM. So this is the fight they were looking for from Neon. Just the minor mistake costing Motivate 3 heroes here as Januel extra follow-up, extra damage from Yopaj, and that's a big one.
They get Q also. Combo.
That's quite the voice line. You're pretty spot on there, Black. Maybe you should do it for them next time.
I should do it for a lot of people.
Yeah, that
Maybe
voice
I
of
have.
yours. Oof.
Radiant's middle
What, you-
tower
I've also
is
been
under
asked by
attack.
Valve to voice a couple of heroes.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower.
Any
Yeah. Give me your best hero impression.
you're putting me on the spot, and quite honestly, I am not very good with voice. Yeah, voice impressions. So not even gonna try.
Hey, okay.
What the?
Radiant structures
What?
are fortified.
Well, I don't know what you just said. I don't know what's going on in this game as well. How Neon are actually taking barracks? Like, CTM does a lot of damage here. They just got a melee. Like,
Yeah,
with
he does a
everything
ton of
said.
damage. He's outfarming Medusa too.
What level is he? He's 25. Yeah, he's gone for that teleportation.
Thanks, Moonshot, I guess.
Honestly, these past 2 games have been absolutely crazy. Like, I've no idea what's going on. They've just been chaotic. It's like one team, like, you don't end the early game and it's just like delirious after that. They're just like, oh, let's try and farm and hope we win.
Well, you're not getting out of that one.
Yeah.
What's your best hero lane?
I'm getting out of it, 100%. Fearless, another pick off for him. I'm just gonna rely on Motivate to keep finding kills. Like another one here is Yopaj. This is very deep. But I guess they're at the
It's,
stage where
gem.
CTM's trying to man fight Jackie. That's not going to work off. Now with the BKB TP out, is the timing on the story is enough?
Ooh.
Oh, it is Jackie. The voice line's coming out. It went on for a little bit too long though. Like you got to keep it the same length. Yeah, that was about accurate. That was decent. Yeah, you gotta hang on. Motivate.
This is what happens when Prophet decides to actually fight Medusa.
Yeah. Can't man fight. Jackie just is, you wanna go, bro? I'm 26. I'm top of the net worth. You ain't doing crap to me.
I believe he's young guy actually.
What?
Oh, you said he's 26.
He's... Why are you gonna nitpick my words, huh? Toss back. It's a pretty good position on the Supernova. See if they can buy back and what they can do with this on CTM. But the mass team fight is so much in Motivate's favor.
Our Prophet is split pushing.
Well, that's how they win this game.
Saving grazie.
Back to just the capability of Rat Dota. Good old Furion. I mean, it never goes out of the DNA bloodline here. But mid, that's what the buyback's used for on CTM. And the issue is, hey, well, you can't really defend the base as Enry just runs up, turn to stone, speed on a tree, and frees up Fearless to jump Lion in the back line. So Lion's not going to have a hope in hell of keeping his life, and neither will Enryu as well. Brought down thanks to the crit on Jackie, and honestly, wouldn't be surprised if they call it. I mean, CTM is doing a great job.
Get destroyed though, yeah.
Full set of barracks claimed down bot. He'll get the tier 3 mid as well. But he's still got to be careful. I mean, he can always BKB into the TPR. Okay.
Would you be surprised if I told you that I'm not surprised that Dusa is unkillable?
I mean, you did call this hero on the draft. Very impressed, Black. That's why we've got you around for the analysts.
Thank you. So what is your best hero lane?
Why are we doing this?
Well,
voice, like, if I copy, do I have to copy a voice line, or does it actually have to be a hero line?
No, hero impression.
Man, I'm telling you, I don't have good impressions. My voice impressions just, they're not good.
You have nothing?
Nothing. Nada.
Zero.
Okay. Hang on, I'll do like... Yeah, I might pull one out today. I can't be just on the spot like that.
The problem is my mic isn't the best right now, so it might be a little bit inaccurate, you know?
You're blaming the mic. Classic. That's, yeah. All right, Black. Blame the mic.
I can try a razor. You ready?
Yeah.
That's perfect, by the way. That's exactly what he does.
I mean, yeah, very good.
The plasma field.
Yeah, crazy. That was, I genuinely couldn't tell if somehow like a razor joined the game or not.
Yeah.
That's nutty stuff.
Thank you.
Fearless? Might be able to get another pick off, Genuo.
Hello.
Some boys in the backup. This is just space. I mean, CTM's trying to deal with the objective. Scythe is out. Mars once again in the threshold. We gotta be careful now with the buyback. CTM, can they get away with the Storm? Is it gonna turn him to Storm? It doesn't. All right, that's how they win this. I mean, it's gonna take him a while, but you buy back on Mars, you buy back on AA, you take 4 heroes in a fight. CTM rats. Can they do it? Black.
Maybe.
That was very delayed.
It's very hard. I mean, I want Storm. He actually committed for the axe. I feel like a hex is needed. Catch Prophet and kill him.
Abyssal Blade.
You kill him one time, you just win the game.
Storm Abyssal Blade so CTM can't rat. That has to be the item, right?
Or you just hex him.
No, but he's got BK.
Don't butcher your item build.
What do you mean? He's got BK. Oh, don't use your courier like that. Jackie will scout you out. Genuel, nice blink. No way. Okay, they got him. For a second, I'm like, is he actually going to make it out? That's space. Team's getting farm on the map. I mean, Enryu's going back. Do you like this heart build on Enryu into AA into Phoenix?
No.
Just straight up.
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
I'm gonna play the game.
Just that item nullified completely.
Hey, just repeat next to like 3 heroes.
CTM? Is he gonna stick around? Nullify it, orc it out. I mean, Q just gets ripped apart still, even with the Aeon disc. But you see Neon can't commit to a full 5-on-5. As soon as they get a pick off, they've got to dip out. Unfortunately, Yopaj not going to be able to. I swear I heard a cheese get eaten as well. Not sure who used that, but...
Fearless did.
Yeah. Alright, well. May as well just pop a cheese there right in front of the foe. That's the mind games right there. You pop cheese unnecessary. You're really putting fear in the enemy team.
Like actually on your team.
What?
What?
Who's on your team?
Fear. Liz.
That's why I said no pun intended after.
No, you didn't.
I kind of snuck it in while you were saying something. Well, while
No, it was too delayed, so it doesn't count.
Yeah.
You have to say it within half a second.
Radiant's top tower is
CTM
under
again. I mean, I don't know if Enryu can delay this long enough for them to get objectives.
attack. Radiant's top tower.
Like they're gonna
has fallen.
try. CTM will get top. So now at least you don't have to
Way
deal.
faster than Dusa.
Yeah, this. I mean, this is the
Dire's
moonshot,
middle tower
baby.
has fallen.
He's so
Dire's
farmed.
structures
Holy.
are fortified.
The fact that he's 3,000 behind a Medusa, who's got 649 last hits. They just probably has more last hits right now. He's just... Man's on a mission. If CTM actually can put them in a position where they might be able to take this game, I'd be mind blown.
Dire's middle
Well, I'm gonna say it's not gonna happen, because the more Rex you lose, the easier the last hit is to defend.
No, never say never. CTM? Not if you TP in like this. A BKB does nothing to the Stone Gaze. Maybe you can TP out afterwards, but Aeontic's on cooldown, BKB's on cooldown, you don't have a buyback!
2 minutes though, if they can hold on. What
I
was that TP
swear
though? That
I
was
never,
really-
I never said that, never ever say never. Does that make sense?
Never.
Never!
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
What was that TP?
That was, yeah.
Yopaj? Just trying to kill off the
trying to
wave.
creep wave.
Structures are fortified.
Does he have a buyback? He does. It's just the, delay the game. Feed a couple kills away. I really wonder if they're laughing. I wonder what the comms right now are on Neon, because this has been quite the way for them to take this game. I mean, it's chasing
The comps right
Enryu.
now are you gonna play the game?
I mean, I don't know if they're going to be able to, even with these buybacks. Genuel will rejoin them.
Tusk is now cutting the mid wave. There's still one creep though.
Oh, not this one
The
creep.
chosen one. Deny it. Deny it.
The next wave too. Fearless is
Radiant's
the
middle
bodyguard
tower
for
is
it.
under attack.
Yep. Why? Thank you. Just
Dire's
hit the
middle
T4
tower is
towers.
under
Just end this. No.
Back in 30 seconds.
See if they can hold.
Da 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 da.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Mine
Mine was fast, a lot better. I mean, I don't know how you stall this. I mean, Deucer is just... He's a raid boss this game. There's nothing you can do. And up in 35 seconds, they're going to jump straight into the Necrophos, but a beautiful arena. That should call it quits here. Onto all four is Mastros. He's had some incredible ultimates through the entirety of this game, as it looks like Motivate should be able to even up this series. I mean, it was some wonky drafts here from Neon. Game 1, Game 2. I mean, they were able to take that Game 1 performance, but the fact that they go for a first pick Necrophos heavily counted, and in the end, it took them 45 minutes still, which is a long time, but Motivate able to take this victory.
Yeah, unfortunately, I gotta say it's not surprising. Like, the draft was just not... we said that before the series even started. Like, their drafts are what is holding them back the most, and it showed again this game why. It's like, they last picked the Dusa, you just don't pick an answer to it, you let them farm this massive ancient stack, and like, I'm not sure what they expected. Like, this is the bread and butter of Trust.
Yeah, it's just Jackie late game win condition. Medusa as well on top of that is probably one of his best heroes, and Motivate know how to play well around it. I mean, they prioritize his stacks, like you said. They were thinking about stealing it. I mean, they swung over and contested the hard, but like, you know, the Ancients, no, we'll give that away to you for free. I mean, it took what, Jackie, like 2.5 minutes to farm it, but you know, in the end, he was just able to find these items, and Motivate did do a very good job to make space for him.
Yeah, well played by them. I mean, game 1, they looked a little bit iffy, took some time to warm up. Game 2, they played very well, though. Defended their objectives for quite a while. Jackie joined the fights that he should join. So, overall, a pretty good team effort.
Even though that was quite the Clowny game and Clowny series, I mean, it was, you know, still two strong teams going head to head. In the end, it's going to be a 1-for-1 here as Motivate and OB.Neon are going to tie up the series. And then we're going to have a couple new teams heading over. T1 versus SMG. These are two teams currently that are tied in 7th position. T1 are yet to take a map in their first 2 series. So they're looking to kind of offset and kick themselves into gear here for the Loopbet Pro Series 7, and we'll see what SMG are able to do as well. So we'll send this one to a break with our 3rd series coming up shortly.